ఓకే. Very cool. Okay. We now have dust collection on the bandsaw. Something that can be popped off easy and clean. Comes down in an angle naturally, so it's not going to get clogged up real easy. And it seems to be working just great. That is temporary because I don't have like a vacuum system down here, shop vac hooked up to any kind of ductwork or anything. But that'll work just fine for now. And what I'm going to work on let's see what length we need here. Go a little longer than that. This should work. These gonna reach. No. Well, I don't have any clamps big enough to do what I wanted to do. I was going to clamp the saw to the bench and sharpen it. Well, I think I'm going to have to just clamp it between two boards and hold on to it and do it. Which should be fine as long as I can keep the blade rigid. My people have two boards duct taped together. Good enough. All right. Benner, what's happening, buddy? Boss Beard, she calls me. It's Ladybug Lightning. So I'm gonna have to do this in sections. Maybe. We'll see if that front flexes. The back will stay rigid because it's clamped here and has the handle here. Now, to be ultra precise, I just need to make sure I've got my teeth exposed all the way along. I'll clamp it in a couple places. Damn tape. Now, normally when I would try to file a saw like this, I would try to get one that goes a triangle file that goes down in the teeth about halfway, so that you're not creating a deeper valley and you're not widening it too much as you cut down. You're just cleaning up the edges. But in this case, this is a old Dunlap. It's you know, from like Sears and Roebuck. Back in the mid to late 40s, the saw is from, I believe. It's the best I can find on it, information-wise. The first thing I want to do is go through and check for any teeth that are obviously bent. The teeth are offset going down, but I want to make sure there's none that are bent down or stood up like they shouldn't be. See if I can bring you guys in here and show you what I'm looking at. So these are all very uniform. I don't see anything wrong so far with them being bent. They're just old and worn. Skadoob. Thank you guys for coming in. So I'm going to start on the back of the blade. And the reason I'm going to start on the back of the blade is it gets the least amount of work. But that's going to give me a chance to check how I'm doing sharpening, if I'm coming through on a bad angle. I'm going to take my hat off because I'm blocking all my light. And I work under a light because that lets you see. I mean, this is an old blade. It's not rusty, but it's got a lot of patina for sure. So when I drag the file through it, it's going to leave shiny spots and let me see where I've cut. And I am cutting with the file the correct way. I know files cut on the push, but I'm holding the file upside down. The Japanese definitely had something when they came up with the pole saw. The flush cut pole saw, in that you get less binding when you're pulling something through, guiding it through, rather than trying to shove it through. Now, I have really adapted that to my filing. And you will feel the triangle file. You've got your thumb on the back of it here. If you're not pushing too hard, when your pressure is good, you will feel when you're hitting on both sides. If you're only hitting one side, it'll be obvious. Ooh, that's getting sharp quick. I haven't even taken that many strokes through there and it's already getting really pokey. Short controlled strokes. It's a small tooth, so if you start trying to push through it, it's very easy to get something that small out of shape. There we go. That's much better light. when I'm done sharpening, which will take a bit, I think I'm actually going to sharpen all of them from one side. I think I'll go back to pushing it through, but I'll sharpen them all from one side and then come through. And I shouldn't say from one side, but I'll sharpen one set of teeth, so every other tooth, and then come back from the other side and sharpen every other tooth. Just so I'm not straightening out what they've got going on here. I picked this up and went to cut through a 2x4. I need to sharpen a couple saws. Well, we'll see when we're done if it cuts. I picked it up, went to cut through just a piece of soft pine, a 2x4, and I had to look, make sure I wasn't using the back of the saw. It wasn't going anywhere. So we'll sharpen it up and take a couple test cuts. Why does that 1-2 sound like that? I think we're good. Get closer. Show you here. It says sitting back like a lazy cuss. But these valleys in here, I don't know if you can see, this is going this way. You know, I sharpen this one, the file is kicked off this way. So this one's getting sharpened through that way. And then this one gets sharpened through this way. And you'll feel the file, if you just kind of put it in and wiggle it around, you'll feel where it wants to nest in. And where it naturally is resting, that's where you're going to want to cut, because that's where it's already beveled. And we're not trying to change this saw, we're just trying to improve the condition it's in. So this one's just slightly this way, this one's quite a bit that way. This saw was at an estate sale, and they had it marked for $5, and I took it up to the table, and they said, yeah, it's an old dull saw, if you want it, give me $3, which is ridiculous. I'll show you how cool this blade is. Hopefully it shows up on camera. Is that too loud with that camera that close? That filing noise? Thanks, Scoop. You guys can see the difference in there. You can see all the teeth back here where they've been cut down to the valley now. And this is just it's a triangle file, but it is a single cut, like mill file. Come on. Ooh. There we go. So it's only got one cut on it. Single cut mill file. You don't want to use a double cut for this. It's going to be too aggressive, and it's actually going to go in there and start changing way too much. Start rounding things out, roughing it up, and we're trying to refine it. Double cut file is good for, you know, reprofiling a hatchet or an axe. It's good for sharpening lawnmower blades. It definitely has its place. I actually still prefer to do, if I'm using a file to sharpen lawnmower blades or profile, I still like to finish with a single cut mill file. You get much crisper corners, sharper bevels, and I think just a more uniform looking finish. Not that finish really matters on a lawnmower blade, but I did spend a lot of time working in the shops, and that fit and finish is drilled into me. Now these teeth, when you look at them from the side, they will start looking like some of them are curling back, and they're not. It really is an optical illusion. So that's why I use that method there to see where it wants to sit. So even if you forget what tooth you're on, and you're having a hard time seeing it, set the file in there square to the saw and just give pressure on it and let go. The direction that it wants to go and nest in there. If I try to get it to go this way and stay, it swings right back. Ooh-wee. Then we're getting pokey. Wow. Big difference. Now I've got to be careful how I'm grabbing this saw, so I don't end up with a bunch of holes in my hand. So I don't know if you guys could see how it was kind of catching. That was because I was starting to ride up this way. So it was wanting to catch the wood there. Another nice thing about having the wood up closer to the bottom of the teeth there is you can't get too far off. And I could clamp it down farther and still get some rigidity out of it. But I like it up here. Gives me something to kind of keep I can look at that gap under there and say, yeah, I'm keeping my file pretty fat or pretty flat, and I can keep my finger there, kind of give it something to ride against. It will leave white spots on your fingernails. There we go. Yeah, I'm glad I'm taking the time to do this because this is going to end up being just a beautiful saw. I think I would probably hate to look at the cost of a saw like this now, the price, compared to what I paid you for this. Nice. Nice. I'm happy with that. Pinky's up, sharpening like I'm fancy. So you're really sharpening with each cut. You're sharpening the back side of this side of this tooth. Well, for you, it would be the front side of this tooth, and then the back side of the inside of this tooth. You think, Skidoob? You'll get one, Scoo. It'll come. I thought for sure you would have picked one of these, but I was happy you picked a knife. That's a weird tooth. What is going on there? Okay, so these teeth pitch, they're changing as I get to the front, well, to the middle of the blade here. So what's going on in the front? Wow, they actually, wow, what a cool saw. So they are much more in line in the front. And they have shallower teeth. It looks like by design that is not worn down. So it looks like that was their intention, to help ease into a cut. it's getting so chirpy through there. But just keeping my finger there quiets it down. Did you see my dust collection skidoob that I added to the saw? Not to this saw, but to my bandsaw. Here, I'll show it to you. Very, very rudimentary. I took some PVC and took my burr grinder, the one I said I'm a little leery about using, and I cut it out so that it's tapered and fits the tapered end on here. Ran it on an angle down to a 45-degree angle, down to another piece of PVC, and dumps right into the bin with all the other sawdust and wood scraps. So, a temporary solution to a big problem until I can get some proper dust collection. Well, if that ever happens. I think when I say proper dust collection, I mean eventually it's going to be a shop vac with a bunch of hoses. Which is perfect. You know, I used to like Stanley tools, but I've never had a Stanley power tool or anything electric that was Stanley, and I got this little, I don't know, it's a little 3-gallon, 4-gallon something, little tiny Stanley shop vac. And it can hardly pick stuff up if you dump it right in the hose. Says it's a wet dry vac, but if you try to pick up any water with it, it picks it up and it dribbles right back down the hose. Well, we've definitely passed the halfway mark. Got far enough that I'm getting excited about a test cut. hoping that not only is it sharp, but that it cuts, that it tracks straight and it doesn't start wanting to curve off. Because if that's the case, I think that means I've done a very poor job of sharpening these evenly. I will check the tooth height before I take a test cut. Make sure they're all good. Definitely feel the change. File isn't really too bad. It came in a cheap Harbor Freight set. I've seen worse files that cost more, but the old files are the way to go. Man, if I had a 30-year-old file I was doing this with, 40-year-old file, I'd be done. Push through each two times and be done. Oh, it's blueberry lemonade. Amazing. If you guys have never had it, it's worth a try. I do like the idea of all of us for the Mallet Wars posting our videos of us making it. That's pretty cool. Because really, that's what people want to see, right? They want to see you making it. I mean, am I wrong? This still has a tag on it. This is like wood I took out of the trash. Really? Huh. They never even cut this wood. They bought brand new wood and threw it in the trash. It is still the. This is a. I mean, it's the same size that it was when they that's on the tag. These two boards were duct taped together and tossed out. And they're two nice pieces of poplar. Yeah, I think so, Scoo. I think you're right on the nosy. I just think it's a cool way to do it. I'll leave it at that. Just the tip. We're almost to the tip. I didn't leave myself quite enough room to get the angles I need on these teeth without hitting this wood. So I'm going to back that down some in the front. Carefully so that I don't cut myself because it is sharp now. All right, Scoo. cool name. Like Weekend at Benner's, you know? I like names that, YouTube handles that invoke thought. Weekend at Benner's. I imagine you were driving around with a corpse propped up in your truck. Taking it to clubs and stuff, man. Having a good time. Oh, I'm stupid. I guess it's best if I'm gonna say all the stupid shit I do when I don't have a room full of people. So I guess I'm safe to say it whenever. Yeah, I laid my hand on that saw, just getting left some nice dimples. Got to be more careful. I watched a video of a guy doing this with a Dremel tool. And afterwards, he's like, "Why isn't my saw cutting?" And he started blaming it on the Dremel tool wheel. Like, well, this wheel must be no good. It's like, well, no, you took something round and spinning and tried to sharpen something that has, 3 sides to, well, 2 sides. Man, this is, if not how it's in, looks cool. We're getting to the end, and hopefully it doesn't start ringing, and I can continue to finish it without reclamping. It'd be nice. I guess we gotta check the community page to see what's even happening, right? That's what Wes said in his live earlier. See if it's still going down tonight. If it's still going to be at 8 o'clock. Are you ready to go up against this spinner? Okay, we are fully sharpened. Well, that was the goal, was to sharpen it, and I have gone from one end to the other. It feels like a pokey blade. Real quick, gonna check tooth height. They all look good. Let's see, let me adjust this light here. They're changed all the way down. So now I want to see if we can take a cut. So let's throw something up somewhere. I'm still trying to get the basement ready. The wife said I get to have this space here for working. So got some cabinets up here, get some cabinets up there, cabinets down there, and a worktop. Let me unplug this and take my phone with me so I'm not dizzying you guys. Okay, so got cabinets here and just all reclaimed stuff, countertop, some storage, cabinets there. Got another cabinet there that I initially put up there, but then I had no room to put like my saws and actually work and do anything, so I took it back down, and I think I'm probably gonna try to maybe put some kind of a top on that and make that. Actually, why don't I clear that off real quick and I'll just use that to cut on. If the saw is sharp, I will have no need to clamp this board down. I should be able to just palm it, and I should just be able to. Look at this mess I have to clean up. I should just be able to palm this thing and cut it. This is a old school broiler tray. See someone throwing out an old stove? Grab the broiler tray. It's pretty cool. You can set stuff on there to stuff that you're gonna oil and stuff like that, and you have things to catch your mess. So let's see. Let's see if it cuts. Ewan from Scotland. Ewan. I'm in. Okay. What you got in here? Siege. What's happening? What's your ventilation system look like down there? Just my lungs, my nose. So let's see if it's sharp. Like I said, I got no way to clamp this down. It's cutting. I think if I had a way to clamp it, and I have clamps, but where could I clamp it to? I could clamp it to here. Yeah, I've got one tiny little window that opens. It's in like one of those windows that goes in a glass block window. And that's it. This home was built in 1957. They didn't think about all that stuff too much back then. I'm more than happy with that. I mean, it's cutting nice. That was loud. Sorry about that. So let me show you. This saw. It's so cool. And what it says on there. Here it says Dunlap approved tools. Made in USA. Over here it says our fully tempered saw steel, taper ground material and workmanship fully guaranteed. Handmade and patent ground. They definitely don't make them like that anymore, so there is a chip in the wood here, but that's the only damage to the handle, and I fell in love with the handle. So I think I'm going to get that some cleanup. And I'm happy with the saw. Best $5 I've spent in a long time. Well, best $3 because she knocked it down. So I was pretty happy with that. And it sharpened up really nice. Got in here. I had to pause video. Oh, my bandsaw crapped out. Oh no. That sucks. Benner, don't you have a bandsaw that needs a belt? Mask up. Yeah. I probably should mask up. I wonder if they realize that saw would still be cutting. You know, I don't know. That plane that Schmoke won on Wes's channel and gave to me, I looked into that. So that is it's a, what they call a transitional year. So it is a Type 19. It's a Stanley Bailey model 4. So Stanley Bailey number 4. But it is a Type 19 made with Type 18 parts. That's why it still has like the diagonal cuts on the brass knurl, the adjustment lever. Stanley is stamped along the lever this way instead of in a little Stanley logo this way. So was all things that they changed. So really cool plane. I'm happy to have gotten that. And I'm really tempted to put some dog holes in my countertop here, but I'm wondering if maybe I should wait until I build a bench. I'm looking at maybe popping one of these squares out of this glass block window and putting some kind of ventilation in there. I used to know a guy that worked in his basement that all he did was pop holes in his damn return ducts. And it drove me crazy. He just like go over and he'd pull his furnace filter out, knock the dust off, and you know, he called that good enough, throw his filter back in. So very cool. I'm happy. I got a little bit done today, not much, but I'm kind of tired today. So I at least got the dust collection put on there, so that dumps right into the bucket. Wes sent his viewers this way. I miss Wes. Man. See, that always bums me out because, you know, like Well, I got no shame in saying that's my favorite channel to watch. So it bums me out when I missed it. So when I get done with this, I'll go back and watch what he just had. Because he's always got something cool and exciting going on over there. So maybe I will put that on and get sweeping up here and get cleaning up. So thanks for stopping in, guys. Thanks for checking it out. Hopefully one day it's all set up the way I want it. I know it's never going to be exactly the way I want it because it's always going to be changing. But we'll see. We'll see. And maybe someday somebody will win that James Dean picture over there. Everybody's got to have one of those in their house. So, I guess until Mallet Wars, I'm probably going to be cleaning up. Speak of the devil, Wes. See, there he is. What's up, man? I don't know where you find the energy to go live as much as you do. Siege, Ken, Rob, Gage, man, all the usual suspects. Bam. I can't let this grow out too long because I don't want it hiding the. I don't want to hide in the medallions. People are here to watch you do stuff. Man, all I have to do is clean. And I just spent an hour while cleaning sharpening this saw, my dude. Which is sharp. Did you see the cut? It cuts. It will cut. Did you get to see this, Wes? Woo. Yeah, it's not really showing up. All that writing. It will kill. That handle. Warranted superior. But it is sharp now. Blaster a 2x6 like it's nothing. Got me a relaxing chair in the basement. I'm going to carve a beep. I'm going to carve a handle for it. There's no handle to recline it, so I'm going to carve one for it and put a set screw in it, a nice fat set screw, and we will see if it works or if it just cracks when I put it on there. I guess it depends on what I make it out of. But I am hoping to get, I don't know, I might move all this stuff around again yet. I mean, nothing's permanent. I mean, they're just screwed to the wall. They come down easy. And I got crap everywhere. I gotta get this guy up and running. It's got some issues. I made a new kerf plate for it because it didn't have a kerf plate. So I made a new kerf plate for it. I'm going to plane that down because it does stick up just a little bit. You know, I mean, I've got under there into the doorway here is under my stairs. So I was kind of thinking I could even maybe put like a shelf or something under there that I could access from the front. and just move that chair out of here. And then, because like right now I got toolboxes, but they're full of junk, not tools. So, one was for fishing stuff, and I don't do all that. I don't make fishing lures and stuff anymore. Actually, now I say that, I got these dang powdered paint everywhere. It's fun to play with. If you guys never messed with powdered paint, it's pretty cool to use. I actually want to see if I can get any type of wood up to temp enough for that to melt onto, because it goes at pretty low temps. So I think that would be cool. But other than that, guys, I think I'm out of here until Mallet Wars. So, peace. Thanks for checking me out. I gotta get some food and get a little bit of rest. So, take it easy.